What's going on, world? We're Monday morning, just after 8 o'clock. We're headed north on Highway 93 towards Boulder City, Nevada, and Las Vegas, and then up 93. I think I'm going to go 93 through Ely and up to Idaho that way. It's a little easier of a drive. The 15 is what I took all the way down through Utah, and that's a fine drive too. It's just with the loaded trailer, I didn't want to go back up Highway 89. There's a lot of hills and just quite a bit of hard pulls, so opted for this route. Anyway, I went through the Catskill at a pilot station just out of Flagstaff there in Belmont. Gross, we weigh just over 18,000 pounds. That puts about 8,700 pounds in on the trailer axle. So we got, let's see, we're close to 6,000 pounds of payload in the trailer. We're rolling at 70 miles an hour. I like to use this manual function when I'm towing loaded versus just drive with the tow haul mode on. That way you can really select your gears. I try to run in fifth when I'm cruising, and then as I get up to a bottom of a hill, I'll manually switch down to either fourth. Fourth is good. Above 3,000 RPM is really where the power's at. So if I'm coming up to a steep hill and I'm rolling 70, 75, I might switch down to fourth, and then I can drop the third if the speed gets down. Don't really like to run it above 4,000 RPM for long, but 4,000 RPM will really get you going in this truck, at least on the 6.2. I think we're at about 90 something miles to Vegas. Should be a clear day. Hopefully there's no snow on the mountain passes when I get into Nevada. And update you later. This has been what is it? I left Saturday morning, so it's Monday. I'm on I guess 48 hours now. So yeah, it's been a good trip. It took me a lot longer than I thought to load up when I got to Flagstaff. I got the trailer as full as it'll take. I got quite a bit of stuff in there. So fortunately, this is my second trip, and I was concerned about, the first trip was mostly furniture and stuff. So I was concerned that my second trip would be super heavy, because that's all my shop tools, all my motorcycles and whatnot. But I got a weight on the first trip, and I weighed 17,760 pounds, and I think this load's about 350 pounds more. So I did a pretty good job of splitting the load up pretty evenly and still being under all my capacities. So happy with that. This load's a little bit more tongue heavy. So I think I got about an extra 500 pounds on the drive axle than I did coming the first time, but hopefully that'll make some difference if we get into some weather. I got into some weather coming down through southern Idaho into Utah on my trip down here unloaded. Had to go into 4-wheel high, get up some of those steeper passes. The truck just wanted to kind of slip and slide when it was under power. So hopefully having a little bit more weight on the rear will help maintain traction. Fingers crossed we don't get into any snow, but you never know. It's February and we're in the Mountain West, so storm can come up at any time, really, especially once we get up into the higher elevations. Ely, I think, is our highest elevation, just over 6,000 feet, so I'll update you when I get there. So far, smooth sailing. This stretch of 93 coming out of Kingman. I stayed in Kingman last night. Pretty rough road. I don't know what's worse, this or right now it's great, but that first 30 or so miles coming out of Kingman, it's just rough as shit. And then it just beats the truck to hell. sketchy running these hills with these semis. I don't think they believe in caution, especially some of those foreign guys. They'll be going 85, 90 miles an hour. Trailers just wagging all over the road, middle of the lane. It's a little sketchy, especially when you got guardrails on both sides. You really don't have anywhere to go. What's going on, world? Back with another update. We're on Highway 93. We're north of Ely. Stopped in there for some lunch today. Headed to Wales. It's a long stretch with no services. I think it's over 100 miles. Beautiful country out here. Just sagebrush, rolling prairie. Tall mountain desert peaks with snow on them. Beautiful country. Getting past. We've had a headwind since I left Vegas, basically. Since I got on 93. I got on 93, let's say about, I don't know how long the journey is. But I've had a pretty strong headwind the whole way. Really had to keep the truck in about fourth gear the whole way just to maintain 70, and it's drinking the fuel. But all good so far, other than that wind. If that wind died down, we could probably roll 75, 80 and be in fifth, and that would save a lot of fuel. But it is what it is, I reckon. Got to keep going. There's a nice little view off to the left too. Some more snow-capped rocky peaks. I think we're going up that direction there. But yep, just trying to keep myself awake. There's no cell service pretty much from the time you get off Interstate 15 and you hit 93 there. Pretty sparse cell service all the way up to Twin Falls. So make sure you're prepared for this journey if you're going to take it. Have a spare tire, jack, all the tire tools, extra fuel. I'm carrying 5 gallons of extra fuel in my bed just because you never know. It says I got, I think, 85 miles to empty. Actually, that might not be right. 82 miles to empty. And I think Wells is still about 50 miles away. So something were to happen, you were to have a flat tire, had to idle the truck for a while just to stay warm, you might run out of fuel. If you had any type of breakdown or any type of issue go wrong, you're really, especially depending on how your fuel range is, I'm getting about 250 miles per tank, 28-gallon tank. So with that range, I'm usually trying to fill up at about a quarter tank, especially out here in the desert. You really got to make sure your fuel stops. You fill up whenever there's fuel, because there might not be any for an hour or two. But that's all I know. Catch you later.